Welcome everyone. You're watching India Today. I'm Shivani Gupta, and the big news that we've been tracking for the last couple of hours is of course the retirement of former India Test captain and dashing opener Virender Sehwag, who's confirmed his retirement from all forms of international cricket. Sehwag ended the speculation that started last night when he signed up for the Master Champions League by announcing his retirement formally on Twitter just a short while ago. After opting to join the T20 League, the Sultan of Multan will now not feature even in the Indian Premier League. Sehwag last played for India in 2013 in a test against Australia at Hyderabad. A veteran of 104 tests and 251 ODIs, the man made his international debut in 1999 against Pakistan. Sehwag will be remembered as one of the most explosive opening batsmen in the world and perhaps one of the biggest match winners India has ever seen. The Nawab of Najafgarh is the only Indian, remember, to score triple tons, and that too on 2 occasions. This is what he had to say announcing his retirement on Twitter earlier today. Interestingly, he mentioned that he will continue to be related to cricket in some form or another. Maybe commentating is what we'll see Virender Sehwag do next, and that will be quite explosive as well, we hope. Let me go across to former India captain and a man who knows Virender Sehwag extremely well, a man that Virender Sehwag himself has credited with helping him through his career, Saurav Ganguly. Saurav, thanks a lot for joining us. Your first thoughts on Virender Sehwag announcing his retirement?
Well, I'm not surprised that he's retired. He hasn't been playing for India for a while now. He's not getting younger. He's 37 years of age, and I think it's the right decision. You know, my only regret is I wished he could finish off on the cricket field, but he did not get that opportunity, as I feel, you know, he was one of the greats, not only just in Indian cricket, but in world cricket as well. And I've seen Mr. Gavaskar play, but this man was very, very good. And I don't want to compare, but the match-winning knocks Virender Sehwag has played in his career was unbelievable. He's one of the biggest match winners India has produced, and you know, he should be proud of what he's achieved as a cricketer.
You know, Saurav, you're saying you watched Gavaskar bat and then there was Sehwag, 2 of the best opening batsmen India has produced. MS Dhoni, someone who also captained Virender Sehwag, tweeted earlier today in an homage to Virender Sehwag that, you know, I couldn't see Viv Richards bat, but I saw Virender Sehwag bat. I mean, the explosiveness and destructive batting that Virender Sehwag displayed was par excellence.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he was unbelievable. Getting test match double hundreds in a day. I've seen 2 of his double hundreds. One in Multan when he got rather triple hundred. One in Multan when he got 300 against Pakistan. Then the triple hundred against South Africa. And it was absolute pleasure. His one-day double hundred. And some of these outstanding knocks he's played in Test cricket and one-day cricket. You know, sometimes as a batsman at the non-striker end, you would close that shot.
Yeah.
But that was his speciality. It was his mindset. It was his mindset which made him the player he is. He may not be the best technically, but his mind, his self-belief and self-confidence was unbelievable.
Saurav, as a captain, what do you remember most about Virender Sehwag? Was it tough to manage? Because a lot of times you wished he played a little bit more carefully and his wicket was so important. What do you remember the most of him as a captain?
6 ball.
You know, his sincerity, his tremendous determination and love for the game, and of course his ability, which the world saw. You know, he might have looked a bit more casual from outside, but in the dressing room you knew that when Virender Sehwag was there, there was a sense of confidence. He was tough from inside. I still remember him whistling down the Lord's balcony when we were chasing 325 against England, and we were both going out to open. And I was pretty upset at the break time because there was another 300 total to be chased in the final. And as we both walked down the Lord's staircase into the ground to chase, he was whistling. I said, Viru, what's going on? Concentrate. We got a final to win. And he said, we'll win this. And the way he batted in the first 15 overs with me actually put us in a position to win the game.
Where would you rank him, Saurav? You said one of the best match winners, but in Test cricket, his contribution is just amazing. Nobody since him has changed the game as much as he did. Would you agree with that as a Test opening batsman?
Unparalleled, you know. to come from the middle order, to come from number 6 and open in Test cricket and score runs all around the world against the fastest bowling attacks is a real tribute of his ability, of his mindset. He made me believe that there is no batting order in any format of the game, whether it's Test cricket, whether it's one-day cricket. He made me believe that if you're good, you could bat at any position. And the way he dominated the new ball, the way he batted at the top of the order, he was an absolute captain's delight. You ask Rahul Dravid, when Sehwag got runs, his batting got easy. When Sehwag got runs, Tendulkar's batting got easy. When Sehwag got runs, Ganguly's batting got easy. So he was not just a run maker, he was someone who made life easier for the players coming down at the other end. He was unbelievable. As I said, I really wanted him to get a send-off on the field playing cricket for India, but I'm sure the Indian Cricket Board can still do that. There are lots of international matches going on, and I'm sure Sehwag will not play. Sehwag will not come out to bat in any of those cricket matches, but I think somewhere he deserves an ovation right in the middle of a game, to the thousands of people who watched him, to the thousands of people who he got enormous pleasure in watching the game, to the thousands of people who he made believe that he played to win and this team was special. And I think he deserves that ovation, and hopefully the Indian Cricket Board will give him the respect he deserves.
I hope BCCI is listening to you. We would love to see Virender Sehwag come out, talk to and interact with the crowds once again. He won't play for India colours, but Saurav, can you share what your initial thoughts were when you first saw Virender Sehwag and then his progression, the move you talked about from middle order to top order? Can you share your thoughts on that when you first saw him?
When I first saw him, I knew there was enormous talent, but obviously when you don't play for a period, you don't know whether the talent would get transformed into performance. It was in Sri Lanka one evening when I walked into his room and said, Viru, you open with me in tomorrow's one-day game. The answer came that I've never opened. I said it didn't matter. I give you a night to think, and I'll speak to you tomorrow morning, because I feel you're too good a talent to be left out and warming the benches. So he said, what happens if I fail? I said, doesn't matter, you'll go back to the middle order. And he said, okay, give me time and I will get back to you. He woke up the next morning, he came to my room and said he's fine. And then he went on to get a 80-ball 100 against Sri Lanka. I was at the other end, I also got a few runs, 70 or 80, and we won that game to take India to the finals. So that was Virender Sehwag for me, and from that day it made me believe that he was an absolute champion who would turn a cricket match just single-handedly.
Which of his innings, Saurav, would you pick as his best? Of course, he has 2 triple tons, he has a double ton in ODIs, but according to you, I have a favourite. What is yours?
Oh yes, gets the 100.
I have too many, some of the knocks I've seen have been unbelievable. I will remember his test match 100 at Nottingham in Trent Bridge. That's the first time he opened in a test match. And he got 100 in Nottingham in England on a green pitch. He batted the previous test match as Lords as an opener. He got 80 and then went on to get 100 in the second test match at Nottingham on an absolutely seaming minefield against some of the best fast bowlers in the world, the likes of Harmison, Flintoff, Hoggard and Caddick. For me, that was special, but he's played too many special knocks in his career. The triple 100 in Multan, where he hit a 6 at 94, where he hit a 6 at 194, and when he hit a 6 at 294.
Right.
That was absolutely special. His double 100 against Mutham Muralidharan at the CCI, when he got 218 one day. This is just breathtaking stuff. His 100 with me in the semi-finals of the ICC Champions Trophy in Sri Lanka when we beat England by 9 wickets, and we got 280 with 13 overs to spare. We both got hundreds, and his 100 was absolutely mind-boggling. He was just special. That's why I said every time he got runs, India won. Every time he got runs, he made life easier for the rest of the players who would follow. And there were some great players after him, the likes of Dravid, Tendulkar, Ganguly, Lakshman, and he made all their lives easier. He's an enormously respected cricketer, enormously clean cricketer who was not only clean in terms of his contribution to the game, but was absolutely clean with the way he behaved with people in the dressing room, which is so important in a team sport. As I said, there's one word for him: he's an absolute champion.
Absolutely. It's interesting you're saying he made batting easier for those who came down the order from him. Earlier when he was speaking to the media, it shows humility. He actually said that I was lucky that the likes of Rahul Dravid, Saurav Ganguly, Sachin Tendulkar were coming after me. That eased the pressure on me as well because they could handle the situation if I got out.
It's very kind of him though. Yes, he had some great players coming after him, but he himself was a great player. He was as good as all the names he's taken and probably better. So, as I said, he was absolutely special. He turned the game on his head. And he might say that there were people after him and he felt good. We can stand up and say that we had Virender Sehwag playing the new ball and he made a life a lot easier for all of us.
Saurav, can you give us an indication of how the opposition viewed Virender Sehwag? It always seemed like when he was on crease, the opposition would fear him. He was that one opening batsman, perhaps in the ilk of Matthew Hayden, who could take the game away from you, and very, very fearless batting. You could bludgeon the bowling attacks. Can you give us an idea of your interactions with the oppositions and how they viewed Virender Sehwag?
Ask Murli Dharan. And he said that why does Sehwag got to play for India? Why doesn't he play for Sri Lanka? I remember a field where he had 7 on the onside against Motha Murli Dharan, the greatest spinner I have seen on a turning pitch at the CCI. At one stage, Murli Dharan had just had a mid-off and everybody on the leg side, and he still kept hitting him through the offside, giving room. And Murli, who's been a great friend to all of us, would keep saying that, why does he play for India? Why can't he play for Sri Lanka so that I don't have to bowl to him? That's the respect he demanded from all around. His selection at the World 11, his selection in various world teams went on to show that he was an automatic choice among the best in the world.
It's again interesting you're saying that because earlier today Sehwag said that the one bowler he feared was Murli Dharan.
Well, I don't know that. If you ask Murli Dharan would say Murli Dharan would say a completely different thing. And that's how it was. He made life easy for everyone. You ask Akash Chopra, who batted for him in difficult conditions at the other end. He made life easy for him because he just took the pressure off the other opener.
Saurav, I was talking about his contribution to Test cricket. Everybody recognizes him as the man who changed the way opening batsmen function in Test cricket. Would you say that there's never been a cricketer since him at least who has changed Test batting as much as he did?
No, absolutely. When I watched Matthew Hayden in 2000, I remember watching him playing a Test match at the Melbourne cricket ground against England, and he kept hitting fast bowlers over mid-on and mid-off. I realized there's another guy in the team who could do that. So why not give him an opportunity up the order and see what he does? As I said, both him particularly and even someone like Matthew Hayden made people believe around the world that opening was not just a defensive tactics. You don't have to just leave deliveries outside the off stump with the new ball to score runs in Test cricket. After playing 100 Test matches, he averaged almost 50 as an opener against the new ball, and playing that way, his strike rate would have never been below the number of balls he's played. So that's special, that domination is special, and that ability is special.
Saurav, he's also celebrating his 37th birthday today, and he said in his statement that I had decided a short while ago that I will retire from international cricket on my 37th birthday. And he says that, I lived my life and I played my cricket my way, not the way conformists would have it. Your message to him as he walks into the sunset as far as his cricket innings is concerned and celebrates his 37th birthday.
And I wish him all the luck. I was absolutely fortunate to play with him, absolutely fortunate to captain him. I wish him a very happy life. I know he'll be happy because he's a different sort of a person. And one request to Virender Sehwag, if he can and whenever he can, just explain his mindset to the young cricketers in the world. Not many will be blessed with the ability he had. Not many will be blessed with the types of shots he played. But if he can impart his mindset to some of these young cricketers around the world, I think he will at least produce cricketers who are 50% as good as Virender Sehwag. And I think they will do a lot of justice to their talent.
Absolutely. He has indicated that he will be connected to the game, maybe as a coach in near future as well. And we hope we'll never see another Virender Sehwag, Dada, but we hope that, as you said, people can learn that fearless mindset, that dominating mindset from Virender Sehwag. Saurav, thanks a lot for joining us, and it's a pleasure hearing you talk about Virender Sehwag.